Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Cheryl Meyer and I help equip you. That's what I do. I help people navigate through their spiritual awakening and I help equip you. What I love to do is I love to learn. It's just my passion. I'm always doing it and purposefully, consciously doing it. Reading books and watching videos and going to seminars and teachings all across the world so that I can always have the best information to equip people. And today what we're going to talk about is this balance between vertical, your connection with divine and with this deeper aspect of yourself, and your connection with the earth, horizontal, with other people. And so I was listening to an Eckhart Tolle video the other day about what to know in this year. And I always try to not date my videos. I'm going to sit down underneath this tree. Because I always want to make mine timeless so that they can always come to you at the right time, But basically what I've been hearing recently in all the videos that I have been going through in the books and what I just listened to my intuition. Is just, if you're here, you're really lucky to be here. It's like a gift that you're here. So I encourage you, it's always a choice. I always say to let go of should. That's funny. Look at what I looked at on my keychain. My eyes just went to this and it's pretty much rubbed off now. But it says, don't be afraid to give up the good for the great. It's a quote from Kenny Rogers. He's a country singer from back when. But that just showed up in my field of vision for us for a reason, is if you're here, you're lucky to be here. And so I encourage you to be conscious. This is your life. This is your life. No one else is going to live it for you. No one else is just going to hand you what you need to do, what you ought to do. Look, I'll show you this. This little plant right here. Maybe it's a weed, I don't know. But I just see it. It's nice and green and alive and bursting forth out of the ground. It came out of the ground. So what I'm talking about with all of this stuff is why live a mediocre life? Why do that? Why sell out? And let's say, let's say in dating, if I was scared to date people that were really of my caliber and, just going for it in their lives and serious about living their lives in a conscious way. And instead I just picked someone that just didn't really care about their lives and, whatever. You know what I mean? It's I could do that because it would be less rejection possibilities for me, but it's also less intimacy and less, this vibrant energy, this life that flows between two people when they're both living in their passion. I remember this other guy on YouTube always saying that when he hated his job, he'd always find girlfriends that hated their jobs. Anyway, that's just a silly example, but it's just you're here for a reason. So take your life seriously. Who else is going to take it seriously if you don't? Now, what happens sometimes, I only have a few minutes, so I'm going to make this short, but what happens sometimes in childhood is that if we didn't feel like our parents took us seriously or their life seriously or our life seriously and gave us the very best, then we just learned from their behavior that we're not worth more. And so we automatically, by a program, it's just a program. You're not your program. We treat ourselves like we're not worth very much, or, I was watching a video about traumas yesterday, and they were just talking about how when you're traumatized at an early age, and I don't even want to say the statistics, it was horrible. I woke up with that in my mind, the statistics that he said of how many people get traumatized in childhood, one out of so many women and one out of so many men. I was just like, I don't even want to, sometimes I don't want to think about it like that. But anyway, how in trauma, you carry a lot of shame in your body and you keep things secret and you shut down. And so because you're pushing everything down, it's just like depression, it's depressed down, then you don't have a lot of life flowing through you. And so those people will run to addictions and other things that will make them high. And then they'll feel ashamed about their addictions because your addictions own you. They start taking over your own self, and you start just running for short-term fixes to make you high. But they don't heal you, and they don't heal the trauma. And so there's lots of ways to heal the trauma. I encourage you to get the best help for that, But back to both of the elements that I brought up is the vertical. I was listening to an Eckhart Tolle video, and he was talking about we have a vertical connection. When you connect to your divine self, your higher self, your essence, the essence of like who you were as a child before that got suppressed and put down, who you are right now beyond your name. Like if I saw you, I met you on a good day. Like I was having a rough day yesterday. Oh my gosh, I cried so much the day before that. But on a good day, on most days, when I see you, I see your soul, and it lights me up, and I'm lit up, and I welcome you. And I don't look at your skin color or your age or your accomplishments or anything like that, I just look at you as I learn to be with myself. If you watch my video called Be at Ease, it's just 1 minute long. It's talking about being at ease within yourself. And it's a simple thing, but then why don't we do it, We're trained not to do it. We're scared to be at ease and be in this essence part. So this is like the divine. And when you have an awe-inspiring moment, when all your problems disappear and everything's beautiful. I think a lot of times on a mountaintop, when you're about to go skiing and you just got off the ski lift and you look and everything's quiet and it's just so beautiful. And I mean, I do this all the time. Sunsets, roller skating, I roller skate, and you're just in the flow and nothing matters in that moment. You're just listening to music and being present, and your other friends are there skating because they love skating. It's just simple. It's really simple. And so those are like the divine moments. And you can always, the present moment opens you up to the divine. So you can always enter the present moment, but we're scared, When we relax your jaw, relax your face, and just be in the present moment, then, that's when we're afraid sometimes that our traumas are going to come up. And, I just paused for a second because I'm like, ooh, look, we can put the title right here of the video. I have to take care of everything at once because otherwise this video will not get posted. But so the traumas, when you do get quiet, we feel like they're going to come up. So we do everything we can to fill up our lives and not go there, But it's like sitting in the present moment and just being present is actually what burns away the trauma and heals you and helps you just learn how to be with yourself without pretense, without trying to be anybody else, without trying to impress anybody. It's so boring impressing people. It's so boring. I can't stand it. I can't stand trying to do it to myself. It's just so it just disconnects you from everything that's beautiful and everything that's lovely and good. And so the horizontal, let me wait till the last 15 seconds to get to the horizontal or whatever. I only have like a couple minutes left. Is the horizontal is how we interact with other people, how we interact with a job, with school, with life, with, your thinking mind in time, And so it's like Eckhart Tolle was saying basically that life can kick your butt, It's like, you have to discipline yourself, or else, here, I'll show you my arms again, right? I did my yoga this morning, I did. And so it's like, you've got to discipline yourself or life will discipline you, It will show you you're not in health. You can't get up this mountain. You can't get up this hill. You can't run for more than 30 seconds or whatever, It's like life shows you. It's a gift. It's a gift. Don't be mad at life when it shows you this, When I got ghosted, when I started all this stuff, because I got ghosted, for my first time ever, and ever, it's been the only time ever, thank God. It just woke me up to all these ways I had been rejecting myself and giving my worth to other people and waiting for other people to tell me my worth. It actually, it re-traumatized me in some way from my childhood, but it helped me see all these old ways that I had been running from my childhood, where I didn't feel loved or heard or known, or just that someone walked away from me with no explanation, I never understood. And that I was taking it all so personally helped me see how imbalanced. It's never an excuse for anyone to be that way ever, we can forgive and move on, but it's never an excuse for us to be that way to other people or other people to be that way. But it's so not a definition of me. And so life hands you back. Life reflects back to you how you're operating inside. If I wasn't operating inside in a certain way, then I would have blanked. I would have just like, who was that person? Like, I don't know, but I love people deeply. I do, but it's just like, I would have just moved on and been like, oh, everyone gets to have their preference with how they operate in life. And I don't appreciate that, but it has nothing to do with my worth. And I knew that on an intellectual level, but inside it just like gutted me. Like, I was so dramatic about it because it reminded me of all of the rejections I've ever experienced early in childhood from my parents not being present, And so that's kind of like the horizontal, is like learning how to stay always connected to the vertical helps you not put absolute faith in this life, you can have absolute faith in life, but your worth, like my car isn't giving me my absolute value. How I make these videos is not getting me my absolute value. How many people see these videos is not giving me my absolute value. So then it's a joy to make these because I get to serve whoever shows up here, And it's a joy for me to be in my car because I'm just so appreciative that I have it. And it's a joy that the sun is shining here and I get to be in a state where the sun shines so often, where before I was like, oh my gosh, why aren't there seasons here in California? It's like if I put all my faith in how I look today for myself, then I'm just going to constantly be disappointed in myself. If I just show up and I'm present and I learn how to stay in the present moment and stay at ease no matter what's going in the external, I have a higher perspective, If I put my faith in this earth, it's different. It's thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven, the perfect will of perfect love. Like, I want that love to flow through me. And that's all. Is like, don't be afraid to give up the good, this lower stuff for the great, you are worth the great. You are worth the best. So don't listen to your programming from childhood that didn't express this to you well enough. That's programming. So I hope this gave love to you. I wish you so much love.